Kitty, what are you doing? What are you doing there? What are you thinking? No, there's food there. Dull bunch. You're a dull bunch. Okay, where did I put my pen? Fuck. Right here. Right down there. Blank, clean desktop. Filthy mind. If you were a book, what section of the bookshop would you be shelved? What genre? That's not the same question. What section of the bookshop? Erotica? What did they call that in secondhand bookstores? No, this isn't it. Obscure literature, esoterica. Curiosities. Was a term. I want to just, I don't want Pinterest. Fuck you. I just want the term. God. It's a term that you see in bookstores, secondhand bookstores, when you find the area where they've got the pornography. And it's adult fiction. Adult fantasy, do it yourself. I'm in the DIY section. Fuck this. Do it yourself. Do it yourself erotica. Okay, who's in the room? Say something, people. There's 4 people, according to this. Where are you? It's a butt. Hi, JB. Do I know who you are? I don't always know who people are, so if you help me out by reminding me who you are, that would be good. JB, who are you? Do I know you? Oh, from England? You guys from England? We just wrote about pens. Germany. God, why can't my brain even? Oh yes, it's coming to my little head, I think. Yes. I do remember. I do remember now. I have to keep being reminded, I guess, because my brain isn't very functional. Would you like to join in again and chat? Want to, you may. In a little bit, okay. There you are. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Let me turn off the fan so I can hear you.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Not much. I just finished lunch. Not lunch, but
Dinner.
dinner. Yes.
Yes, okay. I thought, what
Just
time
forgot
zone
about
are you on if you're having lunch? Good.
Yeah.
And there you are making your
Yeah. I set the camera up a little bit better this time. I hope.
yeah, no, it works well.
It's
I like you're a very nervous fidgeter.
yes.
You're fussing with things.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that's good. And your name is
Julian.
Julian. Yeah. Well, I'll fidget as well with you. Why not? We'll fidget together. So is that a Parker pen?
Yes, it is. But I think we have a new one.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that one, but I have one in my collection of pens, and it's usually much more modern than I like, but I like the design of it.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
very sleek and looks like you'd buy it at a hardware store rather than
Yes.
a stationery store. You know.
Yes. Yes. I like it too.
And I see you like doing your big, crazy swoops
Yes.
and filling them in. Well, I'll do that too.
But I think I will do a little bit of calligraphy with this thing.
Oh, and you got your parallel pen there.
Yes. Most of the time I just practice black letter and stuff like that.
Okay.
With
Well, let me get my. I don't have a parallel pen here, but I do have a nib that is what I call a stub nib that I would use for that purpose.
yeah.
Oh, this doesn't seem very stubby. So what do your family and friends think about you practicing blackhand lettering?
Nothing special. So
Nothing.
um,
It's so
I don't know.
old-fashioned that I would think, they'd say, Julian, you have better things to do than to write in that manner. But
No, not that.
they don't
I
say that.
like it, but not especially. It's just how it is. Nothing great.
Well, I think you have it's a relatively harmless hobby
Yeah.
and pastime. You're not spending a lot of money. You're not getting drunk. You're not getting into trouble. So
Yeah.
all in all,
this
I
one.
think it's a pretty good thing to do.
Yeah, I think too. And
I'm going to
oops.
ask a friend of mine see if he's able to join us. He's a friend of mine from Germany.
Mm-hmm.
He's from here originally, but he lives in Germany now.
Okay.
And he also he's not really studying the black hand as much as he's studying the old-fashioned script.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if I can get him to join us here,
Okay, nice.
because he also speaks, I think, I mean, I'm not a German speaker at all, but he speaks German. So let me see if I
Okay.
can find him, see if he'd like to join us. So so you're making the vertical lines to help you keep spacing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's otherwise I have to think too much about it.
Yeah.
And it's helping a lot.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Oh, it's empty.
Well, I don't know if he got this message, but we will see.
Yeah.
So my first calligraphy interest and lettering interest was to do Old English, they called it, or German black letter, and I never figured out how to do it the right way, and but it is amazing to see it done the right way.
Yeah, definitely.
What I sometimes like to do is, make the letters sort of in script. I mean, follow the design of the black letter, but draw it without taking the pen off the paper. So I'm sort of turning it into a script letter. And of course, it looks like shit, but it looks like Scheisse. Even I know how to say that in German.
But it's not too bad. And the thing you did first looks also really good.
But I know you're supposed to, make sure every downstroke is, equal to the width of the letter is the same as the width of the spaces between the two lines. And already that's with any sort of lettering, you want to make it even and correct and everything.
Yeah.
But I get too frustrated by that. So
yeah, I can see that.
But you're doing it the correct way. Look at that.
I try.
Well, you're doing a very good job.
I'm just doing always with basic things first, just to warm up a little bit.
Yeah. It just, I mean, when I watch those letters being made, it just seems like every muscle in your entire body is being used to make them. And it just, I get tired just just thinking about it. But it's I admire when it's done well. Did I send you, or did we talk about the guy on Instagram that does? His name is Theo Zone, THEO.
Yes.
And the way he does it, he sort of is a little bit loosey goosey with it, a little more carefree. But of course, he is able to do that because he knows how to do it the right way, and he doesn't have to think about it because the spacing is perfect.
Yeah.
But he just decides that he's not going to have the ink flow always be perfect. And
when I try to do it as fast, it really looks really bad.
Yes, it is. It's very hard.
You have to do. You have to be able to do it perfectly, I think.
To be able to do it perfectly, and then also to the way he does it, he knows he draws fast so that the ink doesn't transfer to the paper completely. So he knows how to do that to the degree that he wants, and it's beautiful. His results.
Yes, it's great.
But he did exactly what you're doing for 20 years before he got to be able to do what he's doing. So
yes, exactly.
Now, are you able to keep those lines as straight when you're not using graph paper?
I actually don't know. I pretty much always use this paper because it's just not expensive. I forgot the word.
Okay, well, it's cheap.
Cheap, yes.
Easy to come by, cheap.
Thank you. And it's really good quality for the price, and
good.
So
Actually, there's another guy that I may ask to see if he'd like to join us. Only he's another calligrapher. He's left-handed, and he does a little bit of this sort of blackhand too. Let me see if he wants to join us. He's really a neat guy. Let me see if I can see. And we'll see if he shows up. He doesn't look like he's on either, but I don't see that he's active. Um, um, I'm trying to remember what you are studying. Was it sociology?
No, it was art history in English.
Art history in English. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't even close. But
it's yeah, both. I don't know what it's called. Geisteswissenschaften. I don't know the English word, but
did we talk about what art you like the most?
a little bit, I think.
Okay.
We talked about with Russell. We talked about the Rembrandt etchings a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how you squeezed a little I in there when you ran out of room. There wasn't enough room to make a B. So what can I put in there? I know, an I.
Yeah, I try to use the every space
Yeah. So
I have.
yeah. Yeah, well, it's a good thing to remember when you're practicing, but when you're actually doing something for real, it's
Yeah.
really, really good to draw in very faint pencil where the edge of the paper would ideally be and have it about a foot inside of the actual edge of the
Yeah.
paper. So you can have that one or two extra long words fit.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a calligrapher friend that never, ever, ever does that. And I think, Nick, what is wrong with you? Just, you're going to run out of room. And he runs out of room almost. I mean, he somehow doesn't, but it's really close to the edge.
Yeah.
And I just think it's asking for trouble.
At some point, it's gonna happen.
Oops. Okay, what is this? You make me want to get up my parallel pen and see if I can do it, but
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do it. I'll just do it.
Okay.
Julian, I will go get him and I will see
Great.
if I can follow along a little bit. Okay, I'm going to dive right in and use the fattest one I've got, just because you're inspiring me to
Great.
to torment myself. I've been having fun playing with watercolor. I had a
Yes.
job I had to do with a client, and I watched all these little YouTube videos on how to do watercolor, and tried to learn, and it was just fun to push the paintbrush around.
Yes.
I wasn't making anything, but I was just
Yeah.
I was
Just enjoying the medium.
yeah, I was just learning how the brush works and
Yes.
how much water it held, and so for me to see, I don't, as you can tell, I'm holding this thing at like 5 different angles, what I'm not supposed to do, but it is interesting to have the lines, work the way they work.
Yeah.
I like the idea of them. I don't like the way that I have to be so exact. But I'm having fun still. Let me just see what this is here. Gee, you're already to the H's.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
fair. I'm
Yeah. But the exact thing, I think sometimes it's good because you can like really see when you do a mistake or something.
yeah.
But you see directly when it's not correct. I
Yeah.
think that's the good part about it.
Well, what I'm doing right now is wasting ink and wasting paper, but I'm having fun making an R,
Yeah.
which also looks like a K, but who knows? I'm just having fun seeing what these lines will do. And, maybe this will turn into something later.
Yeah.
So how is the COVID and stuff working for you there now?
It's not really great, but could be worse. But yeah, the vaccination is not very fast. But and yeah, there's not really a plan, but it's yeah. Since I'm not living in a big city, so it's not
You're not too worried.
that. Yeah, it's not a really big problem for me, and yeah, I'm also good with being alone a lot, so it's from that it's not affecting me that much.
Okay.
So
Do you have the vaccination there yet?
Yes, it's going, but not very fast, and yeah.
Okay.
It will take some time, I think, till autumn or something, till most people are vaccinated.
Okay.
So yeah.
And do you have a lot of people there that are refusing to be vaccinated, like we have here in the United States?
There are definitely all the people, yes, but I'm not sure if it's that many.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, as you know, we have a lot of stupid people in our country,
Yeah.
and it didn't help when the president was as stupid as he was.
Yeah.
And so, but there are a lot of people that just somehow think that people that are wearing masks are wasting their time, and nothing's going to hurt them, and it's just
Yeah.
really frightening.
Yeah, I think it's not as much here.
I would hope so.
But I think to some degree also. But I think that's everywhere. That's yeah, but and till recently it was relatively good here, because we in the beginning we had very fast lockdown.
Yeah.
And so summer and autumn and also kinda in winter it was pretty good. But yeah,
And
now it's
people got tired of
yeah.
and lazy, and oh god,
Yeah.
we're playing with parallel pens, Marilyn darling.
Yes.
This is Julian from Germany. Julian, right? Julian from Germany, and he's all the way to the K's, and I haven't even done a single A yet. Let me do an A. See if I can get an A here. And then you're doing all the small letters, and I don't fuss with them. I go right for the big ones.
Yeah, they're more fun.
They are more fun. But Miss Marilyn asked how you were doing today.
Pretty good. Nothing special. Worked a little bit for university stuff. And
Are you smoking something?
no.
Okay, I hear it sounds like you're breathing in and something's whistling.
Yeah, that could be my nose.
Oh, okay.
Have what's it called? When everything blooms, and you
Stuffy nose.
yes. Wait
Okay. There's someone that's in this group that
hay
smokes.
fever.
Oh, hay fever, allergy.
Hay fever. Yes.
Yeah, allergies.
Yes.
And she is always smoking a marijuana thing for pain, chronic pain. So I was just wondering if you were doing that.
No.
Because I heard this sounded like you were.
Yeah, it's probably my nose.
It's probably your nose. Okay. Now you're on the M's.
Yes.
I've given up on the A and I'm still working on my little R's. I'm doing everything wrong with the R's, but
You don't
at
look
least
that bad.
at least I'm having fun
Yes. That's the most important thing.
with but I'm drawing. Oops, and of course I cut right through the paper on that one. Little sharp edge.
Yeah.
Oh, Bartholomew Brecht is here. Bartholomew, you can type in German for Julian if you'd like.
So where's my next? Yeah, I have this. I have seen the Victorian dip pen nibs.
Uh-oh, Marilyn wants to join us. Let me just
Okay.
let her in here. Just a second. I have to move my book so I can do this.
Okay.
My computer and everything is very complicated when I have to move everything out of the way in order to. There we go. Add to stream. There we go.
Hi.
Is your? I don't hear any sound, Marilyn. No sound. Thanks, Bartholomew. I was in Minnesota.
Okay.
There, now
Is that
you're
better?
now you're
Okay, there we go.
now you're on.
Sorry about that.
So
Technical difficulties.
let me just answer Bartholomew here. I was in Minnesota for 6 weeks or so. 4 weeks, I don't even know how many weeks, and I'm back. And while I was there, I had a nice conversation with Brussels, who finally got his pen. And Brussels and you are the two people that I thought would really bond nicely in how you talk. So I hope you can I can get you and he on here together sometime.
Okay. So I have 3 of these things,
Parallel pens. Yep.
and I don't like them.
You don't.
I don't like them.
Well, they're meant to do one thing, and
Right.
they do that one thing really well. But if you don't like doing that
Yeah.
one thing, you're going to hate
Right.
them.
Exactly.
So, but what I'm trying to do with them, I'm never going to learn how to do things the right way. But if I
Yes.
can learn how to do them the Pierre Gustafson way, which is that old lazy man way of learning things, then it'll be fine. So,
Right. Oh dear. Shoot. I need another hand. Gosh. Alright. I need more hands. That would be very useful. Maybe if we asked Papa Biden, I could have another hand. Do you have a deviated septum?
do I? I don't.
No.
Well, I don't know whether JB.
What the thing? What's the thing?
Julian, do you have a
That's when you
deviated
were-
septum? Is that why you're whistling?
He says he has allergies.
Oh, that
Yes,
could
yes.
do it too.
Okay.
When I'm working at the hospital, we heard this lady whistling. We heard this whistling, and I went all the way around the room trying to figure out where this whistle was coming from, and it was from a lady, and I was like, oh, and I was like, have you been tended to? And she's like, yes, and I'm like, have you ever had? Because my grandmother used to have this, and I was like, have you ever had problems breathing? She's like, yes, I have allergies. And I was like, you probably have a deviated septum too.
And did she?
And she
Yeah.
did, and I fixed her deviated septum.
I
She
had
was
it
very,
too, but
very.
it was fixed like, I don't know, 1.5 years ago, something
Oh,
like
good.
that.
So
It comes back.
So it's really better, but yeah, at the moment there's still the hay fever.
Hay fever is the worst. If they could just get rid of
Yeah.
plants, everything would be fine. I am not good. See, when I first learned about quote unquote calligraphy,
yeah.
I was learning something very different from what I wanted to be learning,
Yeah.
thinking that by buying all of the different sizes of these things that I could get, the different line variations that I want. Well, when you're making a flat line up like this and line down like this, like you can make beautiful calligraphy from these.
Julian, Julian,
Yes.
I expect your ceiling is completely covered with drops of ink when you spin your pen around like that.
No, nothing happens actually.
You're not spinning it fast enough. You have to go faster.
No. Slow enough.
There is, Marilyn, there is some really nice, I don't know if it was French italic, or I don't know what they called it, but it was a really nice script that was done with one of these sort of edged pens like this. And it sort of looked like it was the love child of Old English and Italic. And it's really quite lovely, I think.
Oh God.
But
that's nice.
it is using, when I'm using a stub nib like this, I have to, my brain is short circuiting right now because it doesn't want to do what it's doing. But if I just ignore what my brain is telling me I'm doing wrong, I might actually learn to like it.
Right.
I just have to put on my suit of armor, pretend I live in Bavaria in 1638. Bartholomew, would you like to join us and speak in German?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch mit Julian und Marilyn und Pierre? You don't have to have your camera on.
Well, hello, Bartholomew. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day?
Your M looks like it's a bug wearing boots.
Yep. it's definitely a bug wearing boots, that's for sure. I've tried to do the drills. I've tried to do but I'll show you the closest thing I ever really came to doing actual block face calligraphy, if I can remember how to do it. That's about as close to block letter as I get right there. Oops, it's upside down. Sorry about that.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember this.
Bartholomew, join us and just speak if you'd like. You need not show your face.
But I've been told by many people that my lines are wiggly. This is why I'm not a brain surgeon, thank God. Gastroenterology is about as good as I can get. But my lines are too wiggly. I don't qualify.
And you can have wiggly sutures or cuts or whatever they're called.
Yeah. It's about the only thing that I don't do.
You don't actually cut?
No, I don't actually sew.
Oh, but you do cut.
I do cut.
What is that term called?
What?
To cut. Suture is sew. What is the medical term for cut?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is there a surgical term that is used that is the fancy term for the word for the cutting part?
There are many terms.
Okay, well, give me one.
Well, there's an A-line cut. That's making a cut straight down like that.
Yeah.
So you have a torso. And then you do pinhole cuts.
Yeah.
Go in 3 places.
Yeah.
and then you have
But the word cut is the word that's used.
pretty much.
Yeah, they don't. I was just wondering if they had a different term for cut.
Not really.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's a perfectly good term.
I mean, if you're gonna cut into the skin, you would lance,
Oh, okay.
or if you're going deeper than that, you would call it a. It's been a while since I've been in an operating room.
Call
Can
it.
tell. But suturing is
Sewing.
sewing. We have a device that does the cutting and the sewing all in one go.
Well, that seems like a waste of time. Don't you want? Don't when you cut? Don't go in there to take something out or put something
Well,
in.
you lance an organ, and you have to take it up to meet another organ.
I see.
They do a Roux-en-Y, and the Roux-en-Y suture machine comes in, cuts it, and we take it with our clamps, move it over to this one, and then we hook it up to this one, and it cuts it and sews it all in one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's the craziest looking machine.
I saw a road being dug up
Yeah.
and pulverized in the front of a machine, and then it was all of the tar was remelted in the machine and then squirted out the back as fresh, flat, smooth asphalt. So
Right.
that was pretty cool to watch. Though it moved very slow and it was very hot.
We call that
He's done it.
a jujunostomy.
It is. He's got to the Z.
Wow, I wasn't even paying attention.
I like the way you make your Z there. Oh, I thought you were making your Z like this. I thought you were making like a C and a C. You know, where this was one part and here's another part.
It is just stone.
But it's one line that. Oh no, it isn't. You are doing that sort
It
of.
was too small.
Oh, I see. Okay.
To see.
Okay.
It's
cool.
Just a small space between.
Now, is that the way you're supposed to make them, or is that something you designed?
I did not make it.
Okay.
I saw it somewhere.
Well, I like it. Are there any other letters in the alphabet that you just did that have that sort of?
I don't think so. I think it's the only one.
Incision. That's the word you were looking for.
Incision. Yes, that's the one. So I like the way you make an X. The X looks like a Y. An X looks like it's an X with a girdle on it. A little. You know what a girdle is, Julian?
No, I don't think.
A girdle is what women mainly used to wear to make their waists really skinny.
Oh, yes.
And they would wrap it around their waist and then get their maids and the butler and the chauffeur to pull the strings as tight as they could to make them look like they were skinny. Now, Marilyn can tell you what damage was happening inside.
Oh my God. Those people are insane. Broken bones, broken ribs, punctured lung. They don't do it anymore, but some people still do, and they're oh god, it's not good.
No, it's pretty crazy. And then you can even buy today. You can still buy these very stretchy shirts that are very stretchy in your gut, and somehow, mass doesn't condense. It goes somewhere else. It just goes up or down. So
Yep.
you still look like you're constipated or something.
It either takes lung capacity or organ capacity, and some people used to die because they were hypoxic or they weren't going to get enough oxygen to their brain.
Okay, because they had their girdle too tight.
Right. Some ladies would pinch the nerve between their torso and their hip, and their legs would go numb and they would fall.
Crazy.
Super weird.
And meanwhile, the fat husband could eat as much as he wants, and just complain.
Yeah.
Bartholomew, are you still in the room? If you sent some very nice pens to Effextinol. I haven't gotten my package yet. Bartholomew, where's my package? Where are my toys that I get to play with? Maybe he's not in the room anymore.
I'm not good at this.
Well, neither am I, but it can be fun. It can, provide some help with getting your eyeballs and your fingers muscles moving in directions. Think of it as an exercise, maybe.
Yeah.
I hate the eye. Ugh. I hate it.
The lowercase I?
Yeah. It's just. And even in cursive, it's just such a boring letter. Or a capital I. Capital I and calligraphy is like that.
No, the capital I was just a mistake.
Yeah.
They could have made it something more interesting with that.
And the K has way too many wiggles.
I like the W. I don't like the M, but I really like the W in the German script. See if I remember how that works. I mean, I'm thinking of a particular more curvy German script, not a angular up and down one. It's still black letter, but it isn't vertical. It's how does it look? I guess it looks kind of like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wiggly.
And then the M is somewhat the same.
I'm not getting the O's either.
The O's I like in Old English. I like them in a way better than the O's in script.
Yeah, I like them too, but
because they are they're more balanced.
but I think they are one of the hardest letters for me.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
Yes.
does demand, and you can see a mistake really quick.
Yes.
I like the capital S in German, the one that looks like a G. It looks like this. No, you can't see.
Oh yes, yes. I also always read it
That's
with
an
the G ink
S?
first.
That's a Germanic S, right, Julian?
Yes, yes. But I also read it always like the G first.
You see it as a Q. Yeah, I mean, I do
I
like
like,
the American version of it, or the Old English version, or
yeah, I
whatever
like this
that
one.
looks like that, or whatever you want it to. Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
That
that S I like.
yeah, that's very. He's very proud. He's standing up straight, and he has all of his medals on his uniform are all shiny. And this one is just the fatso that he's the guy that owns the beer hall.
Yes.
And the other guy is the doorman at the fancy Ritz hotel or whatever you have in Germany, and and he just has all of his brass buttons are shiny, and his boots are shiny, and his teeth are shiny, and he never ever smiles. But that's what
Yeah,
happens when he sits out in the rain all day long, watching people get out of their carriages, and he opens the doors for them. Of course, he's in a bad mood, but he has nice buttons. Meanwhile, back at the Hofbrauhaus, the barkeep, the Herr Schmidt, the barman, the big fat his fat ass, and his fat S is just drinking and singing and pinching the barmaids' butts and having all sorts of fun. And I just got ink all over my shirt.
Oh no.
That W was not dry.
Oh no.
So now I've got Grüne ink on my sleeve.
yeah. It probably happens to me also, but I mostly have black
Black ink.
shirts, so I don't notice it.
Yeah, black ink is better to have on you because in my case, it matches my soul and my mood. My black mood matches my ink stains.
Gee.
I think if I were to just sit for a week and just play with this pen, and just learn, I don't know if I'd do any lettering, but I think I would learn how to draw with the pen, maybe, which is not a bad thing to do. To just learn how the pen makes its
Yeah,
lines.
yeah.
It's like I was doing with my watercolor brushes.
Yeah. I think with your experience, you would learn it pretty quick.
I think so. I may not learn. I would learn how the pen works. I wouldn't necessarily learn how to do the lettering, but I would have fun with the pen.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at this one. Ich habe eine große. Here's the big fat. A second, just a minute. So there's a new bar in town that just opened right across the street from the other one, and this bar owner He looks like this.
Oh my goodness. That's an automatic pen. That watch out.
Well, I made that wrong. There we go. I'll make it correct. Yeah, he's quite fat, this guy. And they have a new hotel across the street too, and you've got the doorman is also big. He's also a giant. What would he look like? This guy has a little bit more pizzazz. What is the word for pizzazz in German?
What word? I'm sorry.
In what pizzazz is a term that sort of describes a character that has a lot of flash and a lot of style.
It's spectacular.
Probably drives a sports car and probably thinks he's the best thing that ever happened to women. And
Yeah.
pizzazz is the term that.
Okay.
I'll let me see. I'm going to try it. I'll try my Google thing. Pizzazz.
Yes.
Pizzazz in German. I'm sure it has like 5,000 letters.
Herman usually does.
Well, Schwung, Flair, Elan, Mode, Pfiff, Elegance, Energy, Extravagance. It says.
Extravagance.
Pizzazz. Klasse means glamour. But see, I think pizzazz in English is oh,
Pizzazz.
Pizzazz. Pizzazz. That sounds dirty. I want to hear that again. Tell me about my pizzazz again.
Pizzazz.
Ah, yeah. Say it again.
Pizzazz.
Ah, nice. I like that.
Pit sauce. All right.
Pizzazz. Pizzazz.
This almost sounds like food.
Yes.
Pizzas.
Pizzazz. Oh, now you're starting over again.
Yes.
Not with the G's already.
The G is like with a little wiggly foot down here, and then a straight line. But maybe not so big.
I like how your G wags his tail a little bit there.
Yes. I always don't know if I like it. If I like this or this one better.
The all vertical is fine, but it's not very sexy. That's the right word.
Yes.
Having it have a little bit of a flow to it would be.
But there's the problem that you have relatively much space until you can do the next letter.
That's true. You have to. I mean, you could do it like this, where you make it a little bit wasp waisted on the. You just do this.
You.
Where you? Oh, I'm sorry.
The wrong camera.
this camera ist nicht the right camera. Okay, where you do the vertical down here, and then this is kind of an S shape.
Yeah.
That looks a little evil. This is a
Yes.
this is a hungry dog. He's about to bite you, not because he's mean, he's just hungry.
But yeah, I don't know how it matches with our letters when I think when you have to do them also like that.
I don't know if I can show it to you. Yes, I can. I can show it to you. I can. So both of you will like this, I think. See if I can take it out without breaking something. So Marilyn and Julian, you will both like this because this is an example of what both of you are doing, what both of you like to do. It was someone's exercise book, and
I do not like to exercise.
okay,
I'm very round on purpose.
not that kind of exercise.
Mm.
Oh, hey, Schiavello. So this is a practice book from 1781, I think. I think that's what it said. But I love the lettering here. It was done with a pointed pen, but it's supposed to be Germanic script. So the thickened pens, had to be made with a pointed pen, not a stub nib. And I love the phrase, "Beware of ostentation." And it's the fanciest looking lettering there. And then the flip side is the other one, abandon. It's an A. Every page had a different letter of the alphabet. Wishes have wings was the W, but anyway, abandon evil company was the. But look at that A.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting.
You would never know that was an A.
Wait a minute, hold that up again. It's focusing. Hold on. Let's see if I can. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it is neat. The little vertical of the A has a dot and 5 little horizontal lines and a vertical line.
It reminds me of this kind of A. It's kind of like that A, but a little bit modified.
And look at Beware Evil Company has a little arrow on the top of the B pointing up.
Oh, it's still focusing. There. Oh, that's fun.
Isn't that fun? And look at all that shit on all that shisa on the left side of the B. None of that is important to making it a B, but it's making it pretty.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, Parker.
Yeah. Oh, my pleasure. Schiavello says, JB, that your lettering is so perfect and crisp.
Yeah, thank you.
Mine is a catastrophe waiting to happen.
Well, mine was big and bloated, but and green. So everything was wrong with it.
You know, that's the one fun thing about Mike Ward's little sessions that he does on Thursday is
Yeah.
it kind of gives me a chance to do things I've never done before with a
Yeah.
pen. And like I think that for a first year not having any real experience doing those types of drills, that I'm pretty good at it,
Yeah.
for a first year.
No,
Not bad.
I'll be right there.
Plus, like he does this thing called a Sig Slinging Sundays, where he posts an image of a signature that was done hundreds of years ago,
Oh yes.
and he recreates them. And like, I haven't been doing it very long, and I'll show you some examples of the ones that we've done. Like something like this. Hope you can't. Oh, you can see. Okay. So he'll like do these signatures of these people, and like I'm not any good at it, but this is what it's kind of supposed to look like,
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah, but it looks.
But
good.
way better.
But
This is my second try. So
But
I thought I
yes,
did a
still
pretty
looks
good
good.
job for a second try. But after
Yes,
that, it
definitely.
went downhill.
but
And like after
It's-
that, it went really downhill. So like, I don't know. Sometimes you do a thing, and
Mhm.
you're like, and then you try, and then you try, and you try, and sometimes it just gets worse and
yes,
worse and worse and worse, and like I don't know. And then I give up. That's why I'm like,
yeah, I know it.
sometimes you have to just take the
It's true.
second one.
Yes.
But that was as good as it got.
Oh, E.J. Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was saying that Mike Ward does these things every Tuesday where he, recreates a
Signature.
signature,
Yeah.
and so as you see, like this is my second try.
Yeah.
Okay, and then after that, I got worse and worse
Yeah.
and worse and even worse. And sometimes you just have to go with your gut on the second try because it got worse and worse and worse. I don't even know what I was doing by this point. I was just like, what in the hell? But like that was my second go, and that was as good as it gets.
So E.J. O'Sullivan. I'm looking at what we were supposed to do,
Yeah.
and what I like about, I'm looking at it now, so I will try to imitate it here if I can. I don't have the right pen to do it, but I have a pen that'll work okay, I guess. So what's weird about this particular one is the thick part of the E is on the last stroke,
Yeah.
which is very weird.
It's very
And
weird.
E turns into the S.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it starts on the O.
Okay.
Starts with the loop on the O and then goes around up into the E and then into the S and then into the J.
Oh dear, that's really
it's like the dumbest thing. Who writes like that? Like I'm gonna start my name with the O. Oh my
E S
up to the S and then into the J.
Oh, it's fun though.
I know it is fun after you get doing it a little while, but
oh wow,
you're supposed to get better over time. I got worse.
Well, the thing with this is, I was trying to teach Melissa how to do flourishes,
Right. Yeah.
and the idea of I mean, this signature is sort of how I was saying how she could work with flourishes,
Right.
where you start with a letter and go to it's much smaller. You start making a B and then you change your mind, and without lifting the pen, you turn it into a W. So
Right.
here's the B. Oh, I want a W. So it's neither a B or a W, but it's a squiggle that is
Right.
kind of then fun to use as a
Giant
pointer.
flourish. Right.
So that's why this thing is really good. If you forget, sort of, if you can forget that you're making these letters and just try to think of this as a design,
Right.
then it might be. How does he make that S? It's tough. It's really, but it's fun,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but usually people get better and better
usually they get better. Yes.
at a thing, but as you can see,
You went the
I
other
got-
direction.
I got worser and worser and worser.
More worser.
Went
Even-
more worse. Even like halfway through, I got the Sullivan down, and like it really went to hell in a handbasket very quickly.
Yeah, you got the Ullivan. The Ullivan was fun.
Yeah, Sullivan. Oh God. I sit here and I look at some of these things and I'm like, how in the hell did I even get to where I was going? Like, gee Louise. Let's see. What was another one that we did? Oh man.
JB there looks like he's going to kill someone. Kill.
Well.
KLLLLLL.
It's just the alphabet.
Now, I like the fact that we see things. It's like a Rorschach test. I look at your and I say kill, 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 and I look at Maryland's and I think I'm hungry for spaghetti.
Yep.
Because of all of the little curvy things, and I look at my big fat S and I want a beer, but I can't have any beer anymore.
I was telling you, you should try and teach the name of the whip and the nay. So when you're coming off of a letter that has a downstroke, like an A, for example, you do a whip, or if you have a Y, a nay.
A whip and a nay.
A whip and a nay. Because it kind of looks like a horse whip. And when they do the dance, you do the nay.
Okay. I guess I don't know my horse terminology. Did we lose our German friend? Oh, he's back.
No. I'm just searching. I kind of forgot how to do the M,
Oh,
and I'm just looking for the reference.
well, the M,
I don't like them. It looks like a bunch of lines.
Yeah, it's not right.
well, the M
But
would the last. It's the last stroke, the bottom of the farthest right thing that either goes. For me, it either goes down like a little fish hook, like that, little scythe going down, or you just make it end like all of the other letters.
It looks like a triplet note, doesn't it?
Like a what?
Totally a triplet.
Triplet, yeah.
Yeah, triplet. Yeah. Do.
I mean, how do you, Julian, how do you end an N? The M and
Same way that you end the M.
Okay.
wait.
It's like
they
a
would
square,
have-
a square, and a square.
So that
Yeah. So you're going
that
down
was,
that way. Sometimes what I do,
but I
Julian,
think
yes, I mean, again, how do I know what I'm doing? I haven't done this in years, but I'll have the M be boring, and then
I
I
think
pull it out and then go down.
hmm
Uh,
okay, yes,
you go straight down, which is fine. It gives you more room for the next letter,
yeah,
and I'm taking up room. But I think this one with the little hook where you go to the right before turning it over, I think that sort of makes it seem like a crescendo rather than just sort of petering out. You know?
yes. I'll try it.
I always get confused with these little square things. You're supposed to make a square, but like it's really difficult to
Yeah,
determine where the other point is when you don't have a. That's the
yeah.
problem that I have. I always end up making diamonds instead of squares,
I
which
had a problem too in the beginning, but I did a lot of them, and at some point,
Yeah, a diamond is if you're holding the pen, if you're holding it at a 45-degree angle and you go in a 45-degree angle, then you'll have a square. But if you're holding it at a different angle, then it becomes diamond shaped.
right.
So, Julian, now
yes.
make a W. Make a W
Yes.
right next to that one. How do you start the W?
Like an upside down
Wait a
M.
minute. Like
Okay,
that.
I see.
Yeah.
I think what would I do with a W? I might have a little curl going up like that, like I
Yes.
did with an M, and then I'd make this sort of tulip shaped end here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again,
But
I'm breaking the rules. I'm not doing it the right way. You know, you're doing it. You're following the rules of having the spaces be as even as you can between the lines.
yeah. But this thing in the beginning, I know also some that have it, but the one that I was copying not, but I've seen it also.
You know, W. And I sometimes make a W like this, where the middle one is curved as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of like a capital one, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really do this with the S shape on the downstroke.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like them that much. I don't know. They are just a little bit too too bigly or something. Yeah.
Too many wiggles. Too many wiggles.
The German girls are doing hula dancing or something. Too many wiggle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're running out of room there. Oh, you make another I.
Yes.
WW1, World War One. You just made.
But with these two are M's,
Oh,
not V's.
okay. You made 2001 then. Make up your mind. It's either World War One or 2001.
I take 2001.
2001. Okay.
Yes. I am coming back shortly.
You what? Oh, you'll be back shortly. Okay.
Well, this was fun. I'm getting shaky. That means I need to eat something. So
Okay.
I will see you all later.
Okay. Bye bye, Marilyn.
Fun. Have a great day.
See you later. Bye.
Okay, I'm back.
We may have Suraj join us.
Mm-hmm.
So
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go pretty soon. It's almost 12 o'clock here,
oh dear. Okay.
so
Well.
I'm getting tired.
Okay. Well, thank you for reminding me who you were because I had forgotten,
Yeah,
but
no
I will
problem.
remember now.
Yeah, it's been a time.
And stop by again, and maybe I can see if I can get my German friend to join us.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Was great. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
There you are. Hi. I'll see you all later. I'm just signing off of YouTube.